Okay guys, welcome back to part 2 here in my video review of my deluxe class Transformers movie allspark line Cliffjumper. As you can see, here's Cliffjumper in his robot mode. Now, I did things a little bit differently. I did not show you how to transform him in the second video. If you want to know how to transform him, go back guys and watch my previous for my concept Camaro Bumblebee figure. They're the same transformation, but I just wanted to kind of touch on some of the differences. Obviously, he stays primarily red in this figure. Now, a side-by-side comparison will show other key differences. Now, number one, I transformed these guys a little different, just to give them a little bit different personality. So, for example, you see I have Bumblebee with his flaps, his wings up, these little guys. Cliffjumper, I don't do that for him. I leave his down. As you can see, here's the back of the figures. If I can get Bumblebee to cooperate. I keep Cliffjumper's doors down, just to give them a little bit of a difference. They're different people, give them a little bit different personality. That way you can enjoy the figure a little bit more. Also, I mean, pretty much they're the same, but they all have the same ability. Bumblebee has the chest separated. Here, I don't separate Cliffjumpers, as you can see. Couple other key differences in terms of the coloring that you will notice is his... Oh God, that's horrible. You're not going to really be able to see it very well. Bumblebee has his license plate. God, I guess I do got to get a new camera, don't I? He's got a California license plate, which you can see in person, but on Cliffjumpers, it's just solid gray. You can't see it at all. Cliffjumper has some of this bluish coloring. I can only really see it in two spots here, though, on his arms, on both sides of his arms, as well as a little bit on his abdominal section, right underneath here. But overall, these are really, I mean, like I said, when you transform them a little bit differently, you give them a little bit different personality and a little bit more of a different feel. Subtleties. It just, you know, goes a long way with things. Also, these are the weapons for the two guys. You can really see the color differential here. You can't really see it in the arm and such, but like, for example, the color, I don't know if you guys can see that because the lighting. See how dark black Bumblebee's is? Yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier. Okay. With the weapons, again, Bumblebee in the film had this cannon-looking guy on this hand. So, I let him have the cannon. Whereas Cliffjumper, since it's got two modes, you extend it, exposing the blade, and you can put the blade in his other hand. And there you go. It's a little bit, like I said, it's a little different, you know, and it gives the character and the toy itself a different feel. I do highly recommend picking up Cliffjumper if you can find him. He seems a lot easier to find than the original Bumblebee was. But that could be for any number of reasons. But what else? Articulation is identical to Bumblebee's, but I'll cover it real quick. He does have full rotation in his head, all the way around. Mine seems to have a little bit more up and down motion than the original Bumblebee. Maybe it's, no, it's just, no, it's me. Don't pay attention. Yeah, they're the same figures, guys. The arms, however, right inside here, when you transform him, you need to bend the arm. See, normally when you transform him, it's lined up like this. But to be able to get him to properly twist his arm, it bends out a little bit more. Mine seems to bend out a little bit further on this guy than on the Bumblebee model. So that's a little bit different. He's got some flexibility in his waist. Not much, but enough to just kind of give him some movement, like I said. He's got the full movement in his arms. Around, in and out, rotation. Oh, I'm totally not even on camera. So, it's got rotation at the arm as well. Also bends at the elbow, at one joint. The hand does rotate and it swivels. The hand's on kind of a ball joint as well. So you can move that up and down. You give a shaking motion. Let me shake a hand. He does have the articulation in his upper leg as well as his knee. Now he doesn't have, his knees don't twist, which is something I was getting used to in a lot of figures, especially the animated figures. But his knees don't twist. Got bending in his knee, like I said, and then some posability in his feet, just kind of wiggle things around. Then on his toe. But ooh, stay. That could be a good pose. So there you guys have my movie, I guess you'd call him, even though he's not really in the movie, the movie figure for Cliffjumper. I do highly recommend him if you guys can find him. He's fairly easy to find right now. I found mine at Target, and there was like 5 of them. I almost considered buying all 5 of them so I could sell them on eBay just in case they're hard to find. But couple things that I just wanted to say about this guy. Number one, he's cool because he's Cliffjumper. Number 2, do a little bit of changing with the transformation. Keep him posed. I mean, obviously keeping his wings down gives him a little bit different personality and different feel. Keeping the chest plates down as well gives him a little bit different of a look. But it's how you enjoy the character and how you enjoy the toy. So repaints typically, you know, like I'm not going to buy 100 different Optimus Primes because he's all Optimus Prime. But because Cliffjumper is a completely separate character, even though he is a repaint of Bumblebee, I don't mind it nearly as much. Same thing with like Thundercracker or any of the flying Decepticons. You know, they're all different characters. So if you guys like them, find them, pick them up. I highly recommend this guy. So this is Optimus saying thanks for tuning in. Stay tuned for more reviews. I got a really, I haven't decided yet if I'm going to buy this guy or not. He just came out. He would be my first Encore figure, because I hate G1 figures, but I actually like this guy. And he would be my first Encore, and he just came out. So if you guys can figure out, you're pretty smart. So stay tuned, and this is Optimus saying have a pleasant tomorrow.